Yes, hello and welcome. This is the first race ever that I have done in League Racing. This is the qualifying and this is the Fusion League. I'm in Division 2 and I'm currently, I think I've got a provisional pole at the moment when I go out. This is my second run out of the circuit. I've got a provisional pole, but I know that is not going to be enough. I think I did a 1:27.8. I believe it was somewhat saff like that. I know it was 1:27.6. So yeah, let's see what I can do as we come to my final run. And at the moment we've got our best lap is a 1:27.412, and leader 2011 has done a 1:26.4 with Smurf N doing a 1:26.95. So I'm about 8-9 tenths down on leader and Smurf, around about 5 tenths down on Smurf. And yeah, well, we've got a 45% chance of rain in this race. We don't know how it's going to pan out yet, but I've decided to run a compromise setup in this race, running higher ride height, a little bit more downforce and a little bit more steering input and stuff like that, just to give me a chance if it does rain, because once it rains and it's my first Formula 1 league race, I don't know how things are going to pan out, how good I'm actually going to be. So I decided to play it safe and just run a compromise setup. So I'm 8 tenths down, almost 9 tenths down on pole in this lap. However, I do pick up a bit of time in the third sector, I think, but I lost it here, and that lost me about 2 tenths, I would say, as I hit the gravel trap with my right rear tyre, as we see someone diving into the pits there. And we score a 1:27.9 in that lap. But yeah, this is my setup, and this is the actual race: a 5.4, 52.48, 8.4, 3.3.84, and a 3.50, 1.50, and 0.15, 0.50 camber and stuff like that. A pretty standard setup, but it is a little bit, as I say, cautious, just to hopefully give me a little bit better traction for when it does rain, and a little bit more steering, and just to help. But yeah, we're starting third on the grid with our teammate in 12th, Golf Nut, and yeah, we've got leader 2011 and Smurf right in front of us, trying to have a good start, because I figured out the way to have a perfect start on this game for some reason, just random, but yeah, I figured out how to have a good start, as I am already up into second place, get to a blinding start, and leader 2011 is going quite slow. I try and go down the inside, leave him some room, however he does come back on the inside and then he lags and just jumps in front. I do not know how that happened, either I lagged or he did. However, it doesn't really matter too much, I will catch him in the end anyway, ha ha ha. But yeah, we're trying to catch up to the back of him now, because we know leader has got some raw pace, and well, as he said, his name is leader, so it stands a chance he is good. So yeah, trying to catch up to him now. We're about 5 tenths behind him, trying to pick up the toe, the slipstream, and it does seem like it's working, and almost touch him there. That was really close, but I seem to be picking up the slipstream again, and there is a little bit of lag going on, but I'm not sure, as I said, if it's me or him. Get really close then, it was close not touching, and then I try and give him room here, just so he doesn't have to run off track. And yeah, I don't know if I'm first or second. I am second. So now we're still fighting. This has been a brilliant battle for the first lap of the race, and he comes back at me once more. We no holds bar in the first lap of the Australian Grand Prix in the Fusion Division 2 League. However, I hit the gravel trap there, and that has lost me probably 2 tenths, and that's dropped me out of the slipstream for the pit straight. So yeah, lap 1 out of 58 coming to be completed, and we're in second place, so this is going well. On lap 4, we're still trying to gain on leader. We're still sticking with him. We're still only about 5 tenths down on him. And yeah, it is being a really interesting race. And I'll be honest, this is my first league race. And well, I was shaking. I actually had adrenaline. I know this sounds absolutely sad and boring, but I actually did. I had adrenaline. and I was really enjoying this race, and I was really nervous for crashing into somebody. But here we are now on lap 11. Leader has gone well in front of me. He's around about 6 to 8 seconds in front, and I've been told on the radio we were expecting rain in 15 minutes, and that was 3 laps ago. I was supposed to stay on these tyres until lap 16, but there's no point. If there's rain in 15 minutes, I might as well get my pit stop out of the way, have fresh new tyres for another 10 laps. It'll probably be until it rains, and hopefully I can go a little bit faster and gain some time on Leader 2011. So we rejoin in 4th place now, lap 12 of the Australian Grand Prix. Lap 14 we are going purple in the first sector, and we're catching up to the back. I'm not sure if it's some back markers. I believe it's our teammate Golfnut there as we lap him. It was really close then. He did come and move over to the left hand side when I was trying to come through that way, so it was lucky then that he didn't come over too far and block me. But yeah, my fastest lap so far is a 1:29.4 as we come to the end of lap 14 now, and there is a car spun there. I'm not sure who that was. I believe that was Smurf. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I believe that actually was Smurf. So he spun on the pitch straight there and went into the wall. But here we are now, lap 16, catching up to, you'll have to excuse me for the way I pronounce things, Bailatisasha? I don't know, I'm not very good with pronunciations, but we're catching up to the back of him now, and we dive down the inside, just about enough room there, and well, that was one of those moves where it's I'm coming past. There's no, if you turn in a little bit too hard, we're going to have a crash. I'm coming through. It was a very aggressive overtake there. Lap 21 now, you might be able to tell there is some rain coming down. So yeah, the rain has started a lot earlier than I expected. I expected it to be the end of the race, but no. And in lap 22 it is starting to quite heavily rain. Okay, this is only light rain, but it's enough to put you off and make the dry tyres go all cold. So we're coming into the pits now on lap 22. Okay, it's not that wet yet, but as soon as you come out the pits, the track usually changes really quickly. So the sooner I get onto these intermediate tyres, the better, because I'm still chasing leader 2011 down for the pole, for the win basically, actually, not the pole, because this isn't qualifying. So we're rejoining in, I believe, 2nd place. I think we haven't actually lost a place there, because we're just behind leader. I think we're 5 seconds behind leader. We've pitted after him, I believe. Oh yeah, I'm not too sure if we pitted after him or before him. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm not too sure. We'll find out in the next couple of laps what actually has happened. It is very confusing when you're racing AI. It's easy to know who you've passed and not, but with these in this division it is really difficult, because there is a wide range of abilities in this league. And yeah, lap 23 it is chucking it down, as I think that was Batisia coming into the pits then, I'm not too sure. And there is someone coming out of the pits now. Is that leader? Is that leader 2011? No, it's not. As we hit Tatham 19 coming out him coming out the pits there, but yeah, we gave our apologies and we just left it at that. That was just one of those little silly incidents, and there was nothing in it really. There was no malice or anything. He just didn't see me coming. So yeah, we're chasing down leader 2011 now, and on lap 24 we're still in 2nd place. But I believe that was him in the pits then. Yes, that was. He is now in the pits, and we have now taken the lead. So us pitting early for our intermediate tyres has actually worked, and that has made us a little bit ahead. That's gained us probably about 10 seconds. So on lap 26 now, we've got Just Div 2 just going around the pitch straight for lap 27 or lap 25, I'm not too sure. I don't know if I've lapped him. But yeah, we're coming into the pits for the full wet tyres. It is time, lads, for the full wets. A lot of people have already come in. I think about 3 or 4 drivers have already come in for the full wet tyres. I stayed out on the intermediates probably a lap too late. I did start losing traction and grip in the last 2 sectors of lap 25, but I've made it to the pits, so that's alright. That's the main thing. I haven't lost my front wing or punctured a tyre, so fingers crossed. I still do not do that. But as we're coming out the pits then, we've got Batisia Isa. You're going to have to tell me next race what your name is actually pronounced like, because I'm struggling. But yeah, you have taken pole position now, you're in first place. And yeah, we're trying to catch up to you because we're on the full wet tyres and he's on the intermediates. So we should have better grip in these conditions, but we've still got to get used to these tyres as we're catching up to him now. And the spray is unbelievable, I can hardly see. Dive down the inside, go a little bit wide, a little bit deep. But we have now taken first place back on lap 27 of the Australian Grand Prix in Division 2 of the Fusion League. And I'm getting blocked there by Mr. Picks. But yeah, we get Batasia gets past us, but we pass him once more again because we've got the superior grip on our wet tyres, and he's only on the intermediates. Now Leader is dropping back huge amounts. As you can see on lap 39, he's 44 seconds behind. I'm not too sure what happened. I believe he came to the pits too early for his full wet tyres, and that lost him time and destroyed his tyres, and then he had to go in the pits again. So we've eked out a 44 second lead. So on lap 39, I will be honest, I was cocky, and this cost me. I decided to come in for intermediates on lap 39. It hasn't even stopped raining yet, but I thought I could take a gamble, which is stupid. If I got a 44 second lead, looking back at it now, hindsight is a wonderful thing. If I've got a 44 second lead, there's no need to take gambles, but I decided to for some unknown reason, and I'm extremely annoyed at myself for this, as you will find out shortly, because this ruins my race, or at least chances of. Well, it doesn't actually ruin my race, but it just gives people an opportunity to win. As you can see, I've got no traction coming out the corners. I've got completely blue tyres except on my fronts, but they soon turn blue as well. That's just the heat coming out of the pits, really. As I say, I'm just having to take it very gingerly around these corners. I'm 70 miles an hour around this corner. It's just unbelievable. Safety car pace is better than that. I'm in fourth gear around that corner. It's just not good. I just got pure cold tyres. It's like driving on ice. I shouldn't have come in this early. And, well, I wonder what the gap is down to now as we get overtaken by Tatham, unlapping himself. And, yeah, I'm just struggling so much now. And this is ridiculous. I am screwing up myself as I get pushed off into the gravel there by a Lotus there. I'm not sure who it was, but we did talk about that. That was a racing incident. There was apparently some lag or something. He was right beside me. It was the side pod glitch basically. But yeah, that's lost me about 3-4 seconds as well. So this was an extremely bad idea as I'm 22 seconds down on my previous lap. And that's not including coming into the pits. And Leader has, in one lap, gone from 44 seconds behind to 4.850 seconds behind. And that has opened the race back up. Now, if I'd stayed on the wet tyres for an extra 5-6 laps, I probably would have stormed away with the win, being 40 seconds in front. But as Leader 2011 takes the first place away from me, and he's eked out a 44 second gap in one lap, and then we're getting overtaken there by Smurf, who's had a good recovery since crashing earlier in the race into the pit straight barriers. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just struggling so much with these tyres. And yeah, as I was saying, if I'd stayed on the full wet tyres, I probably would have won the race, but being 44 seconds behind, I don't think Leader and Smurf would have been able to catch up if I'd done the same strategy as they did and came in at the same time they did. But yeah, on lap 45, the tyres are finally coming good. They're still a bit cold, but they're a lot better than they were. They've just started getting some heat into them, so the track is drying out and coming to the tyres now. So yeah, I pitted around about 5 laps too early for these. So for 5 laps, I've been driving on ice, and well, I'm 26 seconds behind Leader 2011. But then again, he's still got to come into the pits and get his intermediate tyres. So I still am in the running. I can still win this if I have a good enough pace. I just need to get these tyres warm ASAP. as fast as possible to get these tyres warm. But here we are on lap 46, Leader has come into the pits and got his tyres, and we're trying to overtake him there. And we're having another great battle there. Me and him have been having good battles all race when we together on the track. For the main part of the race we haven't been together on the track really, but well, as something happened there, some front wing exploded or something and got in our way as I get in front of Leader 2011 to take first position back again. And I tell you what, this is the most fun race I've ever had. I tell you what, this Fusion League probably is the best thing I've ever joined, and that's me being sad. And yeah, I hope not many of my friends watch this because I'm going to get the piss taken out of me. But yeah, setting the exact same sector time as I did the previous lap, and that is what you call consistency. As we're catching up to Mr. Pix there, almost touching him as we go round, and we're just pulling away slightly from Leader 2011 and Smurf N. And yeah, let's just hope I can keep this pace up. But the track is going to start drying out very, very soon. The sun is out and you can see the puddles forming off the racing line. So yeah, in about 4 or 5 laps time the racetrack's going to be bone dry, and we're going to have to go into options. And me running a compromised setup, it's not going to be easy for me to keep this lead. I'm going to have my hands full with Leader 2011 and Smurf both going for the win. Because it's a three-man race for the pole position, second place and third. So we're all going to finish on the podium, but let's see what order we finish in the next 8 laps of the Australian Grand Prix, the first race of Season 11 Fusion League Division 2, and yeah, my first league race ever. So here we are, lap 50, coming in to the pits I believe now. To put on a set of option tyres. It's still a bit wet, but I believe halfway through this lap it should be dry enough to use these option tyres, and that should gain me around about, I'd say 2 seconds. That should gain me, but we'll only see when we're on track. So yeah, 3.7 second pit stop as we're coming out to rejoin the track. In third place I believe, I think Grand Poppy Day, believe his name is, he's around about 1 minute behind. I'm not too sure on that. I wasn't paying too much attention really to times. I was just concentrating so much with this race, especially after I cocked up. Oh no, it's 2 minutes and 7 seconds behind in 4th place. So yeah, on lap 52 I believe Leader has already come into the pits, and we've got Smurf bearing down on us as well, who's already come onto the pits. So now this is a 3-way battle for the first, second and third place of the Australian Grand Prix to get our nose in front on the Drivers' Championship of the Fusion League. And yeah, I've got my hands full with Smurf right at the back of me. He's been actually, to be honest, right behind either me or Leader 2011 throughout the whole race. He's never stranded far away from us. He's always been at one of our gearboxes. But on lap 54 there, as I go off, and well, that was a bit awkward, and that has given Smurf N the chance to overtake and Leader the chance to get away. As I said, running a compromised setup, they've got a better dry setup than I have. I was better in the rain, and I've gone wide here, and that has probably let Smurf through, has it? I'm not too sure. I just left enough space just in case, and yes, he has got through. So I'm trying to pick up the slipstream now just to try and overtake him once more. I'm picking up a good toe down the pit straight, but there wasn't enough room to actually get the move done. And obviously I don't get DRS because the detection zone is all the way back at the last corner. So yeah, lap 55, let's see if the next 3 laps I can overtake him and get this position back and get myself at least a 2nd place finish. But 3rd is not bad considering this is my first ever league race, as we're coming around the last lap now, and I couldn't catch up to Smurf N or Leader 2011, but I'm happy with this, a 3rd place finish at the Formula 1 Australian Grand Prix Fusion League, and yeah, I'm pleased with that. Best lap of 1:27.9, led for around about 20 laps. If I hadn't cocked up I probably would have won, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, 3rd place, and Leader 2011 set a 1:27.5, Smurf got the fastest lap with a 1:27.4, and my fastest lap was a 1:27.9, so we had very close racing between us, and first, second and third started first, second, third on the grid as well, so that is interesting. And I think we was only separated by about 15 seconds between us three, and considering it was a mixed weather race, that is quite good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this race. Do smash a like down there if you've enjoyed this, and if you're a Fusion League player for Division 1 or Division 2, hit me up on Steam, add Elliot Splash, and we can have some random races as well if you're playing. And also, yeah, just be nice to know some of you. So yeah, this is Elliot Splash signing out. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.